Morning coffee with TALTOA. How you doing on this Monday morning? Did you have a good weekend? All weekends are good. It rained. Rained here Saturday. Sunday rebounded, but with cooler temperatures. But it looks like the 70s and 80s for this week. Looking good. Got some rain in the forecast, but we'll see. It's spring. It's supposed to rain a little bit, right? Anyway, tomorrow, big day, April 18th, tax deadline. You got to have them filed. You got to have them paid. You know, a lot of people don't get that. You can get an extension. We talked about this last week a little bit. You can get an extension, but you still got to make your payment on time. Well, golly, Mike, how are we supposed to pay what we don't know we owe? Take a best guess you can, and if you underpay, guess what? You will pay interest and penalties on the underpayment come October. I think it's due. If you get an extension, it'll be due in October. But anyway, you get the idea. File the paperwork tomorrow. Get it filed, and you should make payment too. But hey, if you can't, you can't. I get it. Nobody likes, and I'm going to bring it up again, tax time. Why in the world do they make your quarterly due at the same time your tax payment is due for the fiscal year previous year? Well, I know what some people are saying. Well, you should pay enough in your quarterlies so you don't have to make that payment. Well, or you don't have that extra payment. But anyway, it is what it is. All right. My name is Mike. I'm your host. I'm the host of the Morning Coffee with TALTOA. I'm host of A Few Minutes with TALTOA. You'll find that on our TALTOA YouTube channel. Our TALTOA YouTube channel, it's real easy, youtube.com/TALTOA. If you are watching this or listening to it and you want to watch, you can watch this video, the video version of this podcast, Morning Coffee with TALTOA. Watch that on YouTube as well. Our channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Freight Broker TV. Also, I'm the host of the Freight Broker TV podcast. We do that once a week. That'll be coming up. If everything goes right, you'll be able to hear it tomorrow. Now, I'm the lead consultant also for TALTOA, TALTOA.com, TALTOA.com. We are a transportation and logistics training and consulting firm. We train and consult people wanting to get in the industry, established brokers, trucking companies, people that want to become a freight broker agent. We have training, consulting packages, placement opportunities. Check us out, TALTOA.com, TALTOA.com. Phone number 479-668-0838. And again, my name is Mike. If you have any questions, ask for me if I don't answer. One thing about our TALTOA, if you do get a voicemail, it's because we're busy with other clients. It's not because we're not here. Leave a message. Leave a message. Generally, we're able to call you back in just a few minutes, for sure, within an hour, in most instances. And if it's after hours, first thing the next morning. Or, well, we'll check your time zone. So if you're in California, we're not going to call you at 4 o'clock in the morning, your time. But you get the idea. Anyway, TALTOA.com. All right, what are we talking about today? Today, we're going to be talking about money. Money. How does a freight broker make money? I get asked that a lot. And more than that, how does a freight broker agent make their money? All right, let's start with the broker. The broker and the agent, they both make their money the same way, off the profit on the load. We call it the load net. You may hear it as gross net, gross profit, load profit. It's just whatever you want to hear. It's the same thing. It's the profit on the load. So, for instance, you had a load picking up at point A, going to point B. Your customer was going to pay you $5,000 to move that load. You found a truck through your efforts, negotiated with that truck, and that truck agreed to move it for $4,000. So there's $1,000 profit. Now, if you're the broker, it's your brokerage company. Yeah, that's $1,000 that you made for your company, but you've got to pay bills and things out of that too. However, if you are an agent contracted to an existing freight brokerage company and that was your load where you had $1,000 net or profit, you would make a commission on that $1,000. Standard commission for a freight broker agent, pretty much standard across the board, 60%. So if that was your load, your commission would be on that one load, $600. Matter of fact, we had a client not too long ago, their first load at a $600 commission. So keep that in mind. Anyway, now, I make it sound easy. Is it easy? Once you get the ball rolling. But you've got to get the ball rolling. How do you do that? Well, it's your business. You create your own opportunities. I don't care if it's TALTOA, anybody out there, or how you're learning how to broker. You've got to do the work. You're an independent contractor. Now, that money, that $600 you made, if you're an agent or if you're the brokerage, you understand this already. It's your business. As an agent, you're not an employee. You're a contractor. You are an independent contractor. This is your business. No tax is going to be withheld out of that money. It will be paid you in full. Now, when does an agent get paid? Every broker is different. Just like every job's different. Some will pay you on every week. Some will pay you twice a month. Some will pay you every other week. Everybody's different. That's between you and your partner. And the mentorship program, it's a paid position. Even as a mentor in the mentorship program, working as an agent, as one of our clients, you're making 60%, but we pay on the 1st and 15th. Direct deposit. That's how most will do it these days. Now, how much can you make as a freight broker agent? Sky's the limit. It's up to you. You've got to get past that startup period. The startup period is that period of time, and I've talked about this before, to where you start your broker operation at the time you start making money. You got to get that ball rolling. It's not difficult. It's time consuming. It's boring. It's monotonous because you're constantly on that phone. You got to stay on that phone, making your sales calls, because in the beginning, and this is exactly what that mentorship is for, in the beginning, you've got to build that customer base. You get the customers, and they'll make their loads available to you. The more loads you have, the quicker you're going to get out of the startup period. A lot of people say, well, it's got to be tough getting a customer. No, not at all. Customers are pretty simple, to be honest with you. You've got to understand, these shippers, these people have freight to move. They're looking for trucks all the time. Their loads have got to move. If their loads don't get out the door and moved, they're not going to make any money, because they're not making money until that load delivers to their customers. See what I mean? So you've got to get out there and hustle up the business. It's not difficult. You just got to stay on that phone. Honestly, I think anybody could do this if they are persistent. They dedicate themselves to it. Once you get it in your head, you're going to be successful. You're not going to stop till you are successful. That motivation will keep you turning. And I'll be the first one to tell you, some days you're going to feel like you're a hamster in that cage, that wheel, just going around and around and around and around and around, nothing ever happening. You're not going anywhere. Then one day, the phone rings. The next thing you know, you're wondering when you got that busy. What you do today, you're not going to see the financial reward from it tomorrow, maybe not even next week. It might be weeks from now, months from now. But you've heard the old expression, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. This is that first step. You got to get out there and hustle it up. We'll help you do that. We'll train you how to do it. Check us out, TALTOA.com. Now, how much can an agent make? There are agents out there making a 6-digit income. They're not doing it overnight. I promise you that. It took time to build up. They are doing it. I've seen some of these websites and things around, hey, make $35,000 on one load. I'm not saying you can't, but the likelihood is pretty slim to nil. You see what I mean? Anyway, reality, it's work. It's work. I've had clients come in and they romanticize the business by thinking, hey, I'm going to be working for myself. I'm going to be self-employed. It's my company, my business. I'm going to be working as an agent. I can work at home. I can do this. I can do that. And they're all excited about it until it comes time to actually start doing the work. And that's where things slow down for them. But if you stay after it, you get after it, you build that business, you can't help but be successful. All right? All right, Morning Coffee with TALTOA. We'll be back in the morning. And I believe we're going to have a podcast tomorrow too. But anyway, go have a good Monday. And tax day, you got to have those taxes turned in or postmarked tomorrow. Don't forget that. But we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good Monday anyway, unless, of course, you've made other plans. We'll see you later.